Welcome everyone, Engineer Mark here. And in this video, nandito tayo sa continuation ng ating lecture series on solving beam deflections using the method of pseudo-cantilevers. Now, in this video, pupunta naman tayo sa solving ng ating statically indeterminate figures. This time, meron tayong fully restrained beam. So, ang tinatanong sa atin is to use pseudo-cantilevers and derive the support reactions and the maximum deflection for a fully restrained beam subjected to a uniform load omega. Now, itong concept na ito ay mahalaga for our other concepts like moment distribution, slope deflection equations, and other more advanced topics like metric structural analysis using stiffness method, etc., etc., etc. So maraming uses itong concept na ito ng fully restrained beam, no? So paano ba natin ma-extract yung reactions nito using the pseudo-cantilever method? So first, meron na tayo agad na pwedeng ma-extract na support reaction, no? That would be the vertical support reactions. Since take note na symmetric lang itong ating figure. So ibig sabihin, dapat yung vertical natin sa kaliwa at point A should be equal to the reaction at point B. So our vertical reactions here would just be omega L over 2 on both sides. That's omega L over 2. So we're down with only one support reaction and the maximum deflection. Now again, idealize natin yung ating elastic curve for the beam. So our beam would deflect in a way such as this one. Yun. So near the supports, medyo patag, medyo flat yung ating deflection curve. And then gradually umi-increase yung ating deflection. Then it will reach its maximum at the midspan. Then it will slowly flatten out again. So itong ating maximum deflection again should occur at the midspan dahil symmetric yung ating loading. So this is L over 2 and L over 2. Now, since meron tayong maximum deflection at the midspan, using the concept of pseudo-cantilevers, pwede ulit tayo mag-place dyan ng fictitious fixed support natin such that masisimplify natin yung ating figure into a cantilever, into a shorter cantilever beam. So, ilet lang natin itong ating moment reactions to be M. Equal lang yan both sides. So, pwede nating i-isolate, subukan nating i-isolate yung isa nating pseudo-cantilever section. So, pag in-isolate natin yan, we will have, dito na lang sa baba, we will have a fixed support at the midspan, a cantilever beam with a length equal to L over 2. Then, meron tayong uniform loads na omega applied all throughout the beam. Then we have a point load, omega L over 2. And finally, a moment, M. So ito yung ating pseudo-cantilever section. Ang hindi natin alam dito is M. Now, i-recall lang natin yung mga formulas natin for our pseudo-cantilever method. For uniform distributed load, UDL, ang theta natin dyan would be equal to omega L cubed over 6 EI. Our delta or our deflection would be equal to omega L to the 4th over 8 EI. Now for our point load, our theta is equal to PL squared over 2EI, and our delta is equal to PL cubed over 3EI. And finally, para sa ating moment, concentrated moment, our theta is just ML over EI, and our delta is just ML squared over 2EI. So ito yung ating formulas na gagamitin, no, for this type of problem. Now, ang tanong, alin dito yung i-apply natin para ma-solve si M? So obviously, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin si delta. Dahil si delta, hindi natin alam yan. No? Unknown pa yan. Pinapahanap sa atin yung maximum deflection. So what we can actually use is yung theta natin. Now take note natin, no, at the free end of the pseudo-cantilever section, ayan yung ating fixed support sa real beam natin. So now, kung fixed support yung nandyan, no, sa ating real beam, ibig sabihin, at point B, yung free end natin, no, yung theta natin equal to 0. Since fixed support ito. No, fixed support yung nasa B. So dapat yung theta natin dito is 0. So that means we have, let's say, using the method of, or the principle of superposition, no? We have theta equals the contribution UDL plus the contribution the concentrated moment minus the contribution of the point load. Additive yung UDL natin tsaka concentrated moment since same yung direction nila, no, ng bending. So now this should be equal to 0 equals, for UDL, we have omega L cube over 6EI. So that's omega. L natin is L over 2 na lang, cube, over 6EI, plus yung concentrated moment natin, that's ML over EI, copy as is lang yan. And our point load is PL squared over 2EI. So that's omega L over 2 times L squared, or L over 2 squared over 2 EI. Now, isi-simplify lang natin itong equation natin. We have 0 equals omega L cube over 48 EI plus ML over EI minus omega L cube over 16 EI. Now, simplify natin, no? Omega L cube over 48 EI minus omega L cube over 16 EI. That's equal to negative omega L cube over 24 EI plus, no, this is L over 2, no? This should be L over 2 pala. Yung kakabit ni M. So that's ML over 2 EI. Now, i-transpose natin si omega L cube over 24 EI sa kabila, no? I-isolate natin yan. So that's ML over 2 EI equals omega L cube over 24 EI. Now, cancel natin si EI. Cancel natin si isang L. This is L squared. And we lift, no, the 2 upward. So that's M equals 2 omega L squared over 24. So cancel itong 2. Magiging 12 na lang ito. Therefore, M natin would be omega L squared over 12. So ito na yung ating another support reaction. Omega L squared over 12. So which is the default formula for a fully restrained beam, no? Omega L squared over 12 yan. Yung ating moment reaction. So, na-solve na natin yung ating moment reaction. Now, finally, i-solve na natin yung ating delta, no? Yung ating maximum deflection. So, ang delta natin would be just contribution ni UDL plus contribution ni moment minus contribution ni point load. So, that's just delta equals the contribution ni UDL, no? So, that's omega L to the fourth over 8 EI. So, omega times L to the fourth, that's L over 2 to the fourth over 8 EI plus contribution ni moment. That's ML squared over 2 EI. M natin is omega L squared over 12. Yun yun. Times, yung L natin is L over 2 squared over 2 EI. Then minus, we have yung P natin, no? PL cube, no? So P is omega L over 2 times omega L over 2 or L over 2 na lang pala, no? Raised to 3 over 3 I. No, so simplifying, this is omega delta equals omega L to the fourth over 128 EI plus omega L to the fourth over 96 EI minus omega L to the fourth over 48 EI. Now, finally, solving this, we have delta equals omega L to the fourth over 384 EI. So, ito ang ating magnitude for the maximum deflection sa fully restrained beam under uniform load. So, ito na yung ating solution, no, for this type of problem. So, na-extract na natin, na-derive natin yung formulas natin for the supports, no. You have yung R natin is omega L over 2. Yung moment support natin is omega L squared over 12. And yung maximum deflection natin at the midspan is omega L to the fourth over 384 EI. So, ganun lang kasimple isolve to using the method of pseudo-cantilevers. Now, you might want to ask, no, bakit hindi delta yung ginamit natin, no? Or hindi natin in-equate to 0 yung summation natin ng delta. Pero fixed support naman ito, no? So, tinitingnan talaga natin dyan is yung reference nung point na ito, nung point B, no? Reference niya doon sa ating fictitious fixed support. Now, dahil magkaiba ng elevation si B, saka yung fixed support natin, no? Hindi pwedeng 0 yung delta. Ibig sabihin, may delta tayo, aangat si B. Pero, yung tangent lines nila, no, parallel lang, para yung horizontal. So, yung rotation natin is naging 0. So, that's the essence, no? That's the concept behind. Bakit hindi natin pwedeng gamitin agad si delta to solve yung ating M na missing kanina, no? We reverted to to using theta equation. So, wag lang kayong malilito doon, no? Lagi tayong nagre-reference doon sa ating fictitious support. Okay. So, with that, no, that ends our second problem for our lecture series on the deflections using the method of pseudo-cantilevers. So if nagustuhan nyo tong video na to, please leave a like to this video and share this to your friends na tingin nyo matutulungan din nitong video na to. And if you have more suggestions, no, if you have any suggestions on what or which topics should we discuss on the next uploads natin, please let me know on the comments box down below. And susubukan nating i-address yung mga suggestions nyo or any other concerns kung meron kayo on the next uploads natin. And again, yung discussions nito, no, yung ating preliminary discussion for the pseudo-cantilevers is on the description box. So if nalilito pa rin kayo, you can browse that back, no, by looking into the description. No. Tingnan nyo muna yung video na yun. Finally, if nagugustuhan nyo yung ating mga lecture series, please subscribe to my channel for more of this content to come up in the future videos natin. So with that, thank you for watching.